Hey guys, Cam for 15 back at it with another video for you guys, and we're back with another My Hero Academia I did it again. Anime episode review for you guys. It just rolls off the goddamn tongue so well.
See, I don't even gotta say anything mean to you, cause you did that yourself.
Anyways, we're finally back. Apologies for this video getting out late. I had to work a morning event.
And not only that, if you guys were subscribed to me, I was live streaming Code Vein. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I hope your solo leveling was great.
It was great. It was great.
Well,
Definitely doing better than my Stellar Blade playthrough. Okay. Anyways,
we're finally here with the Todoroki family drama. And we get the backstory to what the hell happened with Dabi and how he became Dabi.
Mm-hmm. It was pretty gruesome. You're right.
And the fact that we also get Shoto versus Dabi. We get Shoto unveiling a new move that is different, unlike his many other moves in his arsenal.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll obviously answer the question, is Dabi down for the count? Since that's what the episode ended off with. So.
Now that you asked me that, now I'm starting to question it. I assume he was, but I'm starting to question it now. now that you asked that question.
Well, you don't know if he is down for the count or not. He could just get back up and be like, Shoto!
Little brother.
Anyways, moving on. We get Todoroki backstory about Dabi and Toya and how he became Dabi, and the questions that answers the questions that you may have had way back in season 6 of how the hell did this guy survive? The man lost his jaw when he was a kid. How did he exactly burn the hell up? And then even how did he get to where he's at in terms of hatred of Endeavor? Well, you do get those answers revealed. So, number one, we get a flashback scene when he actually went up to Setkato Park, and after telling Endeavor, like, hey, come up there so I can show you my firepower and things like that. And the kid literally starts crying because Endeavor's not there, and he literally starts burning a fire.
Mm-hmm. So it just became like that due to his intense, like, sad emotion, or
he basically couldn't control his flames.
Is that all there is to it?
Yeah, he couldn't control his flames, clearly, because if he could, he would have turned off the flames, and he would have never burned like that.
Just like he couldn't control his emotions or his insanity.
Well, he wasn't really going insane, but at that point in time, but he was just disappointed that Endeavor wasn't looking at him, which is the sign of a bad parent.
I mean, if you think back at it, Toya did have a bit of an insane look during the time he was like living there. Like, well, he was literally about to attack his own little brother back then.
Yeah, because again, if you go back to the flashback, he felt like he was being replaced. I say that's more of a childlike thing than a mental issue right there. Yes, it's not right to attack your younger sibling, but the kid was going through it because he felt like, okay, I'm not being paid attention to, and I'm being shunned away from my parents, mostly my dad that I look up to.
Anyways, move on.
What? No, go ahead and say what you want to say.
And move on.
I'm just asking if you want to give your perspective.
No, I already gave you my perspective, but you decided to. Okay, whatever.
I'm just saying that's my opinion. That's what I feel like happened.
I already gave you my perspective. Go on.
Moving on. So that happened. You see the man literally basically burning alive. And you actually see it to where his jaw falls off. You
Yes,
actually do
yes.
see them,
Mm-hmm.
which they don't go into gory detail, and he's just thinking about everything in regards to his dad and everything, and then he's like, I got to show him, and then he falls into the water. You would think, okay, maybe he cooled down a bit and steamed off. Well, the man is a carcass, burned to the core.
Yep.
And then the camera shifts up, and we see a very familiar silhouette.
Hmm.
Can you guess who that is?
That is it the doctor? Or
I ain't the doctor.
was it?
All for one.
Oh yeah.
So, after the opening, again, the opening's banger. Opening's banger.
Eh. It's kind of eh. I prefer the previous openings over that, but
I'm disappointed.
to each their own, I guess.
Yeah, everybody has their own perspective, right?
I don't know.
Anyways, we have it to where Dabi wakes up. I mean, Toya wakes up. How long, though?
3 years after.
This man was in a coma after burning alive for 3 damn years. And he looks quite different, too. Well, his whole neck and bottom part of his face look different. And he's in this weird Sunnyside daycare.
Yeah, but there's that Sunny guy, whatever his name is.
So, because even before we get flashback, one of these police officers comes up to the doctor, and he's like, the doctor's just like, so the second war has started, essentially, huh? And obviously the other doctor's like, or the police officer's like, yeah, you got any more information to tell? And basically the doctor's like, well, we'll see how it goes this time. So we come back to the flashback. And Toya wakes up. He goes into this lobby area because he's like, I gotta go home. I gotta see my dad. I gotta see my family. And then you just have it to where the kids see him. They're like, oh, look, Sleepyhead's finally up. And then they reveal to him, like, man's been asleep for 3 whole years. That is scary.
Yeah.
Now, you have the sunny side man come up to him and is like, listen, why don't you stay with our family? You don't need to worry about your old family. Stay with our new family. So, actually, no, I'll get into it in a quick second, actually, because this is actually crazy information. Now, Toya is like, no, I don't want nothing part of this. I want to go home so I can... Funny enough, he actually said he's going to apologize to his dad, his mom, and everybody for everything he's acting up. So my point about this being more of a childlike behavior is true.
Okay, whatever.
Anyways, he does that. And he ends up going home. And what is exactly revealed to him?
Well, it shows to him that Endeavor's basically treating Todoroki, his little brother, the same way. And he was hoping that something would change, but no, things stayed the same. And now he's seeing that Endeavor is like has like a favorite son now, basically.
Yep. And that's what mentally drives him insane. You thought that, oh, because of me being gone, it might change how everybody is viewed. And sadly, and that's the crazy thing. You would think after you lose your first son, you would maybe probably change as a father.
Contrary, it made him even more of a dick.
Yeah, a hungry bastard to make sure that this new son of his ends up being what he is. And you can honestly kind of understand why Toya is upset and he became Dabi. Now, I do like the line where Shoto later on in the fight tells him, like, Look, I understand you're upset about everything that happened, but listen, it wasn't me that killed those people. You did. So, albeit you can understand where he's coming from, you still can't condone Toya for what he did after this point on, because he did kill people.
Yep.
So it's kind of like the Toga situation. You feel bad for them being ostracized, but at the same time, you can't exactly defend them because they did end up killing people to get to where they're at today. Even though you can feel sympathetic for them. So, yeah, it makes sense. It's strong. Also, too, I forgot to mention, what's his face? Toya was not even supposed to be alive up until this point. They literally said, like, you're supposed to be dead in like a year. Because his fire is weaker. And then, like, they completely had to give him, like, these weird organ-like skin pieces to replace his burning organs and his burning skin and everything. And they said because of it, you'll only be able to even live for maybe a year. But because the man had such a burning hatred for Endeavor after he was revealed to everything that he was doing, he somehow persevered that and lived on.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the scary mindset is the doctor was involved in all of this because you get a flashback scene before he ended up getting that high-end Nomu back in season 4 to fight Endeavor. And he's just like, Dr. Garaki, way back then, it was you, wasn't it? And he gives him like this terrified look at the doctor, like, oh! And he's like, he knows.
This is the perfect place for a funeral.
So basically, Dr. Garaki tells the police cop, he's like, because we cut back to the main like battle at hand. This man is going insane. He literally covers his entire body in terms of this dark like blue flame. Man's jaw is already like gone, so his face is basically a skeleton. And he's just like, and his hair's sticking out. And then he's talking as a skeleton's right there, but you see the flames in his mouth. And he's just like, you see, this is my true self, Shoto. And he just looks like a straight up demon. What are your thoughts about his design now?
Well, good luck getting treatment for that now.
So I forgot. So the thing is, we find out that apparently that little daycare that Todoroki, well, he was Todoroki, Toya was in, that was actually, if you weren't paying close attention to the dialogue, that was actually supposed to be a daycare for the next All for One replacement, for the next vessel. So what Shigaraki is now. So all those kids in there were potential successors for All for One and potential vessels for him.
I know, assuming they all died at this point.
Basically, are maybe turned into Nomos?
Yes. Very, very, very possible.
Knowing that, how evil is All for One?
I mean, he is the so-called
Demon King.
Demon King. So
And it's funny because the doctor said like not even the Demon King wanted his flames.
Because what drives him is death.
Basically. So it's just a sad story. Now, I think obviously you can make the case the Todoroki drama's family storyline is probably top 5 storyline in all of MHA. Just alone. It's tragic. It's just tragic. Just small things that could have been prevented, but weren't prevented because of an abusive father. So, yeah. Anyways, we get the fight. The fight is crazy. You just have it where Toya is freaking just launching all these Endeavor attacks. He's launching Jet Burn. He launched Hell's fucking Spider.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that was nuts.
This man's just going crazy. He is going ape shit. He's like, I'm gonna destroy everything Endeavor. To the point like he's beating Todoroki down. He's beating the shit out of Shoto. Like, it's just it's crazy. It's crazy. And you're watching this man going crazy, and you're just worried like this man's gonna die also too. Because he's literally killing himself.
Yeah.
So the question is, so you're watching the episode, you can be like, is this man even gonna try to make it to Endeavor as he says he wants to? The man might literally die here. But then, Todoroki has a new move up his sleeve.
Like it's like a flash fire or a cool flame.
Flashfire, heat, phosphorus. So yeah, Flashfire, phosphorus.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, what's the basic understanding of this move?
Cold flames.
Well, cold flames and the heat from his body, and he's regurgitating it through his heart and using his half hot side and half heat cold side in unison to make it to where the flames aren't as cold, or aren't really even hot, because you have to wear Kaminari sticks and you're like, look, it's not even hot. Now I'm like, first things first, I'm like, privacy much? Why you gotta do that? You're probably touching his fucking chest.
Boundaries, Kirishi. Boundaries, Kaminari.
Yeah. But Todoroki's basically, as he's doing this, he's going on his monologue. It's like, listen, I chose this on my own volition, and I'm gonna stop you right here and now, Toya. And basically what happens is, even though Shoto's getting his butt kicked, also we do find out that this move, he can only hold on to it for a short period of time. Like, he can't hold on to it very long, because we see in the fight he does unleash it a bit where Dabi gets attacked, but then his hand starts to freeze up. He's like, the hell is happening? So it seems like one of your attacks is working, but then he ends up losing it. But I like it to where the Endeavor sidekicks end up giving him enough time, because the man looks like he's going to charge up like this big freaking flash fire fist, right? And the sidekicks come in and defend Shoto, and they're like, is that what you need? And then obviously Shoto's like, yes. And then basically charges in, he gives him a resounding gut punch, and it's flash fire fist phosphorus, and it's done. It's done. The entire landscape turns to solid ice. Dabi's flames have been shut down, and it's over.
I'm starting to wonder if it's for now, or if he's going to get back up now that you asked me that question earlier.
So, yes. And then also, too, the one thing I liked, which shows you how far Todoroki has come, is the fact that he's realized, like, I made this move my own because of the quirk I have. I didn't get this quirk. Well, obviously, I got this quirk from my family, but I didn't succumb to their demands and everything. I didn't. Otherwise, like, you go back to like early stage Todoroki, he could have potentially been like Toya. He could have probably ended up like a bad guy if he continued that personality he had when we first got to know the character.
Mm-hmm.
Because the abusiveness of his dad, of Endeavor. But because of Deku starting the limelight, telling him back in season 2, like, hey, your quirk is your own quirk. You don't need to listen to anybody to dictate what you do with your said quirk. And then obviously him growing alongside his friends in UA, he ended up changing for the better. And sadly, Toya didn't really have that. Well, he did. What?
Are you not seeing this?
Yeah, I saw it.
I must have pushed the wrong button.
Well, Toya had that in somewhat of his siblings, his Fuyumi and Natsu, and then maybe some kids of school, but he really wasn't able to express his feelings, and his dad somewhat neglected him too. So, yeah. Seemingly enough, the fight looks to be over. Shoto got his W. I don't think he's gonna save his brother. in terms of bringing back the old Toya, but I guess you can try.
Starting to wonder.
So, yes. And if you watch the next episode preview, seems like we're actually going to cut to the father, Endeavor, and then Hawks versus All for One. Will they live?
I have a gut feeling that Hawks is going to die.
Oh, so you're switching it up from Endeavor dying to Hawks now.
My head is all over. My head is all over the place.
But aren't you excited?
Yes.
I can't wait. You finally get to see the number 1 and number 2 hero against the number 1 villain without All Might.
Yeah.
So, overall, what are your main thoughts or your overall thoughts of this crazy episode?
It was crazy, I'll say that. What's more there is to say other than, well, now all my questions have been answered about Dabi.
Yes. Now, I know I kind of hinted it, but do you think that Dabi will get back up?
Now that you ask me that, yes. Now that you ask me that, yes, I do believe he will get back up. There's no way he would just go down just like that.
Oh yeah, don't you want to address your potential issues with people if they might have an issue with the way he got taken down this fast?
Yeah, no. Well, I just have a suspicious feeling that there's going to be people nitpicking about this fight, about like how quickly Dabi went down in this fight. I personally have no problem with it, but I just have that suspicious feeling that there's those nitpicky people out there, like 1 or 2 people out there, like they're just going to be complaining, like, wow, and all that. You know what I mean?
Yes,
like,
I do.
All I'm going to say is, how about you take a nice cup of get over it?
This is the best My Hero Academia content you get, and people will find a way to complain about it. Mm-hmm. Whether it's for that reason, or, and isn't animated the way I thought it was, even though it was a really great animated episode.
Yep.
So, yeah, I'm glad you got that point across, because that point needed to be said.
Yeah, I just figured I had to say it before I start hearing it, because I'm just ready for anything at this point, because these people are unpredictable.
Yeah, there's actually been a lot of anime fans complaining for a bunch of various reasons as of late. Mm-hmm. A story point in One Piece, which honestly, when this point happens in the anime, I think I might need to bring you on the channel.
Oh, really?
Yes, but the most recent manga chapter, it's very controversial. People are hating it. Well, some people are hating it.
Well, I can't wait to hear this.
And then I guess there's other anime about this wife reincarnated into a child, and people are like, "Oh my god, is it this like you're promoting lolly stuff and pedophilia and stuff like that?" I'm like, no. It's not about that. It's about a family that lost their freaking wife/mother, and they haven't recovered 10 years later, and she reincarnated as a little girl. And people are throwing upset, talking about, oh, they're probably going to do dirty stuff, aren't they? But it's a series about family loss. Yes, that's what was going on this weekend too. Anime fans, sometimes it just makes no sense. Makes no sense. I know Mukusho Tensei is going to be controversial tomorrow.
Tensei?
Personally, I won't be controversial because I'm happy it's happening.
Oh, really?
Let's just say, you know what? Actually, I'm going to keep it to myself. You need to watch it.
Okay.
You need to get to it. It's so good. It's so good.
Mm-hmm. Jeez.
Yeah. Anyways, that's all I got to say. That's all I got to say. Any other final thoughts? So then we can go see Inside Out 2?
We?
Yes, we.
I'm not watching the movie. What do you mean?
Come on. Let's go watch the Inside Out 2.
Wow, did I not just say? Oh my God, Cam. Are you really? Are you
Yeah, I'm being
really?
serious. I'm being serious.
Are you really doing this to me?
I'm being serious. Unless you want to go to the Angel game next week and get Kathy's cookies.
I prefer that. Thank you.
Okay, we can go to Angel game and get Kathy's cookies.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh my God, I thought you were gonna force
You
me
don't
to
want to go
go.
to the movies with me, but you go to the movie with your other friends. But you'll go to the Angel baseball game to get Kathy's cookies with me. I respect it.
I mean, we have been playing that for a while until you. Whoa. Okay.
Kathy's cookies is next week, everybody. The cookies that he wants to desperately try because they smell so damn good.
I missed out on it the last time I went to an Angels game, but
Plus, you know, if I do get this new job, we need to get to an Angel game quickly so you can have your Kathy's cookies.
did we have to mention the Kathy's cookies in the video though?
Well, you said you didn't want to see Inside Out too.
Well, to be fair, I didn't even watch the first one fully, so. What? There's some movies that intrigued me, and there's some that didn't. Inside Out just happens to be one of them.
Well, we're gonna call it a video. We're gonna call it a video.
Yes, please, please, please.
I'm gonna render up my part 5 of Resident Evil so then I can record and he can be on the voice chat.
All right. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We did make plans for that. I did watch your boss fight.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be out of here. We'll be getting Kathy's cookies and not watching Inside Out 2. But if you guys like the video, leave a like, put in the comment section your thoughts. Hit the subscribe button not only to my channel, but my co-host channel. While he does his gameplays of solo leveling, Stellar Blade, DNF Duel, sometimes Dragon Ball Fighters, in October, the ass whooping of a century.
Probably never Dragon Ball Fighters because he can't stand you know what I mean.
Yes, I know. And then in October, it'll be an ass whooping of a century, where I beat that ass in Budokai Sparking Zero.
Cat. Anyways.
So if you want to hit the subscribe button to see that ass whooping on his perspective in October, go right ahead. Because I'll be whooping his ass. I know Budokai Sparking Takaichi Zero combos.
Whatever you say, man. I can adapt. I can adapt.
You'll adapt. And then I'll adapt even further. I'll go further beyond. I'll be like Hit. I'll be like Hit, improving every 10 seconds.
Says the guy who's gonna be playing Goku Black.
Yeah, I'll make sure I'll face my blade. No homo. No Diddy.
I wasn't thinking that. I was not. Okay, okay, now there's an image.
We're getting out. We're getting out.
You just put that image in my head. Thank you.
We're getting out of here. Enjoy everything. Enjoy your summer solstice. And stay cool. Stay frosty. Stay wet.
Come on, man.